What is up, everyone? My name is Jonathan, and today we are doing another Adobe Illustrator tutorial. Thank you for joining me. We are creating the letter H. All of these letters will be available to download on Christmas Day because it's Christmas. Thank you for joining me. Everything about me is in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share this video. Thank you. Let's get started. Adobe Illustrator open here. We're going to start by just creating a large rectangle. There's numerous ways you can create the letter H. We are going to just do it by creating a super large square-ish, mostly square. And we're going to create another square right about there, and then we're going to line this up, line that up. Good thickness there in the middle. Good to go. Hit V for your selection tool. Select all of these objects. Go over to your Pathfinder. If you do not have your Pathfinder, go to Windows. Go down to Pathfinder. So once you have your Pathfinder tool, it might be in a panel over here. Click X or minus front. Make sure there's nothing left over. There's nothing left over. And now I'm going to choose the color that we're going to use. I'm going to make sure you have your fill selected, not your stroke. Make sure you have your fill selected. I'm going to use this stock red color right here. Now I'm going to use the pen tool, and I'm going to click on this. Make sure to click off of this shape first. Go to your pen tool, and now I'm going to click on this corner anchor point right here, and I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to click somewhere's really close in line with that one. So probably right there. If you hold shift, and then as you bring it up, it'll create a nice curve there. Just like that. Hit escape to get out of that curve, that pen. And now we are going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to click here and go over here, and now we can have it'll line up with the other shape that we created over there. So click, hold shift, drag down. Hit escape. Hold shift and select the other path as well. Hit Control C, Control V, and move these up over here. Now click on this one and hold shift again and click on this one. And let's swap these around so they're a fill, and let's make them black so we can see what we're doing. So now we have this shape with these two lines on them. So now we're going to select both of these and go over here to your Pathfinder and hit divide. And this will divide, and then right click, ungroup, and now we have three separate shapes. We're going to click this main center piece here. We're going to go over to our gradient, double click on the white. We're going to click on this one. We're going to double click on the black. We're also going to click this one, but we're going to go right here to your color tabs, and we're going to drag this over so it's a little bit darker. So somewhere's probably not that dark. Probably right in there-ish. And try to choose colors in this color palette. That way we are all using the same colors and we don't have to make any custom swatches initially. So now click on this shape, hit Control C, Control Shift V, hit I, and now you can select the gradient that this is using. Click on this, hold G, hit G, and now drag the gradient up so that way we can create this shadow effect underneath this piece. Same thing for this side. Control C, Control Shift V, hit the letter I on your keyboard, click on this main shape, hit G, change the gradient so the shadowing looks like what you want. We're actually going to change the gradient on this one so it's not quite the same color all the way over into this corner where this piece is. But now we're going to click on both of these again. Click on one, hold shift, click on the other. I'm going to swap these around so it's just a stroke. Make it black. Oops. Make sure you have the stroke selected when you make it black. Click, hold. And we're going to bring these back down here and line these back up right there. And now I'm going to hit I, and I'm going to select, I keep doing that. I don't know if it'll let me do that. Interesting. So that's fine. Just click on that, hit the swap, so that way the stroke is now the color that we chose. Now click here on your gradient to make a new point in the middle, and then I'm going to select, double click, go back to your color palettes. Now I'm going to select this really light gray color here. I'm going to drag this over. That way it's only kind of in the middle. Now I'm going to go to my properties tab. If you don't have properties, it'll probably be over here somewhere. If you don't have it, go to window, go to properties. We're going to increase the stroke to like 7 or 8. Click on the stroke button, go down here to profiles, and click on this guy. Well, let's see where we're at. So for this one, stroke, I'm actually going to drag this over here. I'm going to create another one of these and drag it over to the side. Let's drag that off. And that way it'll be a little easier to see here. We're going to drag this over, this one over. That way the dark is only way down here on the side. That looks good. We're going to do a similar on this side. Make sure we click on the stroke. So I'm having a hard time clicking on just this piece right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this shape, click on this shape, click on this shape while holding Shift, and now hit Control 2, and that will lock those shapes in place, and now I can click on the path much easier. We're going to drag this one down, click over here, drag this over here so it's a little bit brighter. This actually needs to be a little bigger, or I gotta change the colors or something. So adjust this to your liking. We're going to stick with that. Now we're going to create a new shape. Send this to the back. We're also going to make it like a light gray. Hit Control 2 to lock it. Actually, we're going to unlock all first. Now click on just the background and hit Control 2. Select all of these shapes. Hit Control C, Control Shift V, and that way it creates a new copy of everything right in place. Click this corner down here while holding Shift and drag it down just a little bit. Let's change this all to black so that way we can see it. Right click, arrange, send to back. Right click again, bring forward. Now we're going to go up to Effect, go to Blur, Gaussian Blur, and choose the level of blur that you would like. I'm going to go with something right about there. I'm going to use my arrow keys to move it into the position that I want it to be in. And I'm also going to bring down the opacity a little bit. That looks good. And we're done. And that concludes today's video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something. Like I said before, these Adobe Illustrator files will be available to download for free on Christmas Day. So make sure to subscribe and be notified when that video is posted. Thank you for joining me. God bless. Stay safe. And we will see you in the next one.